Hello, dear one. Right this moment, you stand at the edge of a journey that can change the way you see the world and how the world responds to you. Trusting in the universe may feel like a leap of faith, especially if you've spent years trying to control and predict every outcome. Maybe you felt that twinge of frustration when life didn't work out according to your best laid plans, and you wondered if there was something wrong with your timing, your approach, or even you. Here's a gentle invitation. Allow yourself to consider the possibility that there's a vast, loving presence guiding you in ways you might not see yet. Sometimes we measure success by the immediate results we can tally. But have you ever paused to notice how certain so-called failures ended up steering you toward bigger blessings? The universe whispers its support, urging you to see life's detours not as misfortune, but as a gentle recalibration towards something far more aligned with your heart. In the midst of daily demands, it's easy to forget that we are participants in a grand dance, co-creating our experience with a power that wants the very best for us. Let that thought cradle you in comfort. We're about to explore how trust isn't just blind faith. Rather, it's an act of self-empowerment, one that says, I believe there is a divine order at work, and I am worthy of receiving its miracles. You'll learn how to release the tension that comes from trying to micromanage every step and instead move into a place of peace, where synchronicities and blessings flow with ease. After all, when you step out of the way, the universe can bring forth wonders far beyond the limits of your imagination. By the end of our time together, you'll see that letting go doesn't mean giving up. Rather, it invites you to surrender the burdens of impatience and anxiety, welcoming in a deeper state of serenity. Get ready to feel inspired, comforted, and more in tune with the flow of your own life. Stay open, my friend, because the smallest shift in your perception can create the biggest transformation in your experiences. Without revealing too much too soon, let's embark on this journey and see what it truly means to trust. The steps you take now will ripple through every facet of your life, reminding you that you are supported, you are guided, and you are cherished. Take a gentle breath and let yourself soften into the idea that maybe, just maybe, you don't have to do it all alone. Let's begin. Consider for a moment the definition of trust. It's the decision to believe that something good will come, even if the details are unclear. Think about that gentle moment in the morning when you wake up and trust that the sun will rise. You don't labor or worry over how the sun lights the sky. You simply count on it to appear. Extending this trust beyond everyday occurrences into our life, challenges can feel intimidating, but that's where real transformation begins. True trust isn't about ignoring problems or avoiding responsibility. It's about carrying the knowledge that outcomes can and do unfold in your favor, in ways you might not predict. There's a certain magic in believing that what the universe has in store could surpass your own idea of perfection. When you adopt this mindset, you're not handing your life over to random chance. Instead, you're aligning your energy with a force that has a grander perspective on what you need and when you need it. If you feel anxious or doubtful, you aren't alone. Distrust often stems from past experiences where you might have felt hurt or disappointed. But remember, even those painful chapters can lead to profound wisdom. Like seeds that crack open in the darkness, our own heartbreaks can give rise to fertile ground where trust can grow. Each time you choose to believe that you are worthy, that you are guided, you shift from a stance of fear to one of hope. This pivot can open doors that you never noticed were waiting for you. As you practice trust, notice the subtle ways life responds. Maybe you'll sense a lighter mood throughout your day, or find coincidences, like running into an old friend who has the perfect opportunity to share. These moments aren't accidents. They're whispers that say, "You're on the right path. Keep believing." Each coincidence is an invitation to deepen your faith in the gentle, unseen hands that guide us. In times of self-doubt, remind yourself gently, "I am allowed to relax into trust. I do not have to hold the reins so tightly." Feel free to place a hand over your heart and breathe in the warmth of this affirmation. Over time, that small act of reassurance can blossom into a powerful shift in how you approach challenges. Instead of bracing for the worst, you'll learn to greet each day with an open heart, receptive to the gifts life has waiting for you. Let this be the foundation we build on as we journey further. Trust is a deeply personal relationship between you and the vast cosmic intelligence that knows every hair on your head, every dream in your mind, and every longing in your soul. As we delve deeper, we'll explore how divine timing fits so seamlessly into this tapestry, weaving everything together at just the right moment. Now that we've touched upon trust, let's explore one of its most beautiful partners, divine timing. Imagine you're looking at a tapestry from the back. You see messy threads, knots, and tangles. It's hard to discern any coherent pattern. Then you flip it around and see a breathtaking scene. Divine timing is much like that. On the surface, we see delays, disruptions, or redirections. Beneath it, there's a masterful design unfolding with perfect precision. The universe operates on a different clock than the one on our wrist. We might think we know the right time for everything, from landing a certain job to finding the ideal relationship. But sometimes, what we perceive as lateness is actually impeccable scheduling on the cosmic calendar. Each detour or postponement can serve as an essential piece of our growth. Perhaps you weren't ready for that big career leap a year ago, or maybe you needed time to develop certain emotional tools before welcoming a new kind of love into your life. In trusting divine timing, you're not resigning yourself to inactivity. Rather, you're allowing space for the right opportunities to appear when you are truly prepared to receive them. Yes, it's normal to feel impatience creeping in, especially when you're excited about your dreams. But consider how a piece of fruit tastes when plucked before it's ripe. It's sour, lacking sweetness. Our manifestations, too, carry the best flavor when they're allowed to develop in the nourishing light of readiness. One way to harmonize with divine timing is to practice slowing down and tuning in. If you find yourself feeling restless or discouraged about something you're waiting for, gently close your eyes and take a deep breath. Ask within, is there a reason this hasn't shown up yet? Is there another lesson for me to learn here? By making space for introspection, you might discover that you need more clarity, confidence, or healing before stepping into that next chapter. On social media and within self-help communities, you might have seen trends encouraging daily reflection or journaling about patience and alignment. These aren't empty buzzwords. They're practical tools to help you become more receptive to the universe's rhythm. Write down what you're waiting for and any steps you feel inspired to take. Then commit to trusting that each step will unfold in the perfect order. This simple act can shift your focus from desperation to cooperation with a process far wiser than our limited minds sometimes imagine. Remember, waiting isn't punishment. It can be a compassionate pause where life arranges the circumstances that best serve your evolution. Embrace the mystery of timing, knowing that when the right moment arrives, it often comes with an ease and grace that confirms you're exactly where you need to be. Let that comfort you as we continue forward, exploring how releasing control can deepen this trust in ways beyond our wildest expectations. Picture yourself standing in a river, surrounded by the gentle sound of flowing water. If you try to resist the current, you'll expend endless energy struggling, all the while being carried downstream anyway. Learning to let go of control is akin to lifting your feet and letting the current guide you. It doesn't mean you stop caring or show up passively in life. Instead, it's about recognizing that forcing outcomes can often block the very blessings you yearn to receive. We live in a culture that glorifies being in charge. You might have felt compelled to map out every single milestone in your life: career steps, relationship goals, financial targets. Yet sometimes, the more we grip, the more life slips through our fingers. We become fixated on one version of how events should unfold, forgetting that infinite possibilities exist. When you release rigid expectations, you open yourself to alternatives that may surpass anything you originally planned. Letting go is also profoundly linked to self-trust. There's a deep part of you that already knows you're safe, that you're taken care of, and that no matter the obstacles, you will find your way. When you peel back layers of doubt, perhaps shaped by past disappointments, you begin to uncover that wellspring of inner knowing. This is the moment you recognize that you can shift from anxious micromanagement into serene acceptance. It feels like exhaling after holding your breath for too long. When frustrations arise, like a job offer that falls through or a relationship that ends, resist the urge to label it a catastrophe. Instead, ask, what might be opening up for me now? This simple question transforms a setback into an invitation to trust. Even if you can't see it immediately, the detour might pave the way for something more aligned with your growth. Every time you catch yourself in the act of controlling, see it as a chance to practice compassion toward yourself. It's okay that I want certainty. I can still let go and trust something bigger. If letting go feels scary, start small. You might begin by practicing mindful breathing for a few minutes each morning. As thoughts of worry or impatience surface, let them pass through like clouds, affirming, I release all fear. I am supported and guided. Over time, this daily practice can lower the volume on the part of you that needs to plan everything and raise the volume on the part that understands the universe's inherent benevolence. Let this be your gentle reminder. You don't have to battle the current. There is a graceful flow beneath the surface of life, and when you allow yourself to be carried in its arms, it can be surprising how naturally everything falls into place. As we move on, we'll explore how self-love fortifies your ability to surrender and strengthens the trust that you are already beginning to cultivate. We've spoken about trusting the flow and divine timing, but there's an essential element that underpins them all: loving and accepting yourself at your core. When you harbor self-doubt or deep insecurity, it becomes challenging to believe that the universe wants to deliver good things to you. After all, how can you open your arms wide to receive if you feel you're not worthy of the gifts life offers? Self-love is the quiet, enduring conviction that you are inherently valuable simply by being you. It's not about ego or arrogance. Instead, it's a gentle acknowledgement of your worthiness as a living, breathing soul. When you nurture self-love, you create an internal environment that is receptive, hopeful, and ready to trust. Think of it like fertile soil. Seeds of faith, once planted in self-love, can flourish more easily than in the rocky terrain of self-criticism. If you've ever felt hesitant to embrace self-love, perhaps worrying it's selfish, know that genuine self-love radiates kindness and compassion to others. When you honor your own needs and speak kindly to yourself, you replenish your well of energy and understanding. This surplus then spills over into how you treat friends, family, and even strangers you meet. Thus, loving yourself and trusting the universe aren't isolated acts. They blend together, uplifting both you and the world around you. One powerful practice that many find transformative is mirror work. Stand before a mirror, look directly into your own eyes, and affirm gently, "I am worthy of love, success, and divine timing in my life." At first, it might feel awkward or even uncomfortable. You might notice self-critical thoughts popping up. But over time, repetition melts away resistance. Every time you affirm your worthiness, you're forging a stronger connection with the part of you that already knows it to be true. Another layer of self-love is granting yourself the freedom to feel all emotions without judgment. Anger, sadness, and joy all have a place in your human experience. When you greet your emotions with compassion, you learn that you're not too much or not enough. You are an evolving being, worthy of patience and understanding. This attitude of self-acceptance makes it easier to believe in a universe that accepts and cares for you similarly. By grounding your life in self-love, you anchor yourself in a reality where you no longer need to chase external validations. You become more attuned to the blessings that are already yours: love, friendships, opportunities, and more open to the beautiful surprises waiting on the horizon. With this mindset, trusting in divine timing becomes more natural because you're convinced that you deserve the best possible timing for every dream planted in your heart. Let your foundation be love, and watch as your trust in the unfolding of life deepens immeasurably. Affirmations are like seeds we plant in the garden of our subconscious. Each time you speak a compassionate, empowering statement about yourself and your life, you're nourishing fresh possibilities that might otherwise remain dormant. The power of words is immense. They shape our inner dialogue, alter our emotional landscape, and eventually influence the actions we take in the outer world. When you consistently recite affirmations aligned with trust and divine timing, you essentially train your mind to expect good outcomes. For instance, repeating, "I trust that everything is working out for my highest good," isn't merely wishful thinking, it's a deliberate act of mental reconditioning. Over time, this new belief seeps into your core, loosening any habitual patterns of fear or worry. And when your beliefs change, so do your perceptions, and eventually, your experiences. If you're new to affirmations, start with a simple daily routine. Perhaps each morning, as you brush your teeth or prepare a cup of tea, Say 1 or 2 sentences that reflect the reality you wish to embrace. Common examples include, I trust the divine timing of my life. I let go of all that no longer serves me. Or, I open my heart to receive miracles today. The key is consistency, like watering a plant every day. Sporadic efforts yield sporadic growth, but regular nurturing leads to flourishing. Some people worry that affirmations are just empty words. But think about how many times a day negative phrases echo in your mind. I'm not good enough. This will never work out. I'm always unlucky. Those statements, repeated unconsciously, plant weeds in your mental garden. Affirmations act as the gardener's hand, gently removing those weeds and replacing them with healthy new plants. With time, your mental environment can transform from a battlefield of doubt into a sanctuary of hope. Don't be discouraged if you don't see immediate changes. As with any practice, it's the cumulative effect that matters. Affirmations can also be tailored to suit specific areas of your life. If you're striving to manifest more loving relationships, use phrases like, I am worthy of deep, fulfilling love. If financial abundance is your goal, try, I welcome prosperity and believe in my ability to thrive. By customizing affirmations to your personal aspirations, you strengthen your connection to them. Remember that affirmations alone aren't meant to bypass genuine emotion or avoid necessary actions. They work best when combined with authenticity. Allow yourself to feel disappointment or sadness if it arises. Then gently guide your mind back to a positive statement of trust and possibility. Over time, these moments of realignment add up. Little by little, your subconscious starts to reflect the truth you're choosing to embrace. Before you know it, you'll notice subtle shifts, a calmer heart, new opportunities, and a deeper sense of peace with whatever stage of life you're in. Even when you commit to trust and affirmations, doubt and fear can surface like uninvited guests at a celebration. They may whisper, what if this all goes wrong? Or, who are you kidding? It's important to remember that these doubts don't define you. They are learned responses to uncertainty. A key step in spiritual growth is acknowledging these emotions without letting them overshadow your faith. How do you navigate these tricky feelings? First, cultivate awareness. When doubt arises, try to observe it from a place of curiosity. Instead of battling the thought, I can't think this, I must be positive, gently acknowledge, this is my mind trying to protect me from disappointment. When you see fear as a protective mechanism rather than an enemy, you free yourself to respond calmly instead of reacting anxiously. Next, offer yourself grace. You're allowed to have moments of unease without judging yourself harshly. In fact, these very moments can be invitations to deepen your practice of trust. Ask yourself, what if my doubts are pointing me toward something I need to address or learn? Maybe there's an unresolved past hurt that keeps you from believing fully in better outcomes. Perhaps there's an old narrative like, I'm not worthy of success, lurking beneath the surface. Recognizing these root causes allows you to focus your self-healing more effectively. Visualization can be a potent tool against fear. Close your eyes and imagine a warm, glowing light encircling your entire being. See this light as a shield, gently dissolving all negative or limiting thoughts. Envision yourself thriving, at peace, and supported. Doing this regularly helps retrain your mind to expect safety instead of threat. Combine it with an affirmation such as, I am safe, loved, and guided, and you'll find fear's hold weakening over time. In some circles, you might hear the phrase, feel the fear and do it anyway. While that can sound bold, it underscores a deeper truth. Action despite fear builds trust in yourself and in life's supportive nature. Each time you move forward, even just a small step, despite your doubts, you expand your comfort zone and reinforce the belief that you can handle the unknown. If you ever feel overwhelmed, reach out for support. Speaking with a trusted friend, a spiritual mentor, or keeping a journal are all ways to process what you're going through. You are never alone in your journey. Others have walked this path and understand the tangled emotions that arise. By sharing your worries, you might discover comforting perspectives or be reminded of how resilience has carried you in the past. Ultimately, navigating doubt and fear isn't about eradicating them altogether. It's about not letting them overshadow the whisper of hope within you. You can hold both faith and caution in the same hand, gently leaning toward trust whenever uncertainty creeps in. Over time, you'll see that even fear can be a catalyst for deeper spiritual insight, leading you to rely on a universal love that far exceeds your fears. In the midst of modern life, with its constant notifications and rushing schedules, the voice of inner guidance can feel drowned out. Yet there is a quiet, knowing part of you that yearns to be heard, a soft whisper that can direct you toward the paths most aligned with your soul. This intuitive voice is the language of the universe speaking through your heart, offering gentle nudges when something is right, or warnings when something needs rethinking. Cultivating this connection to inner guidance requires stillness. You don't need to sit in silent meditation for hours, though that can help. Even a few moments of intentional quiet can make all the difference. Try beginning your day by placing your hands over your heart, breathing slowly and asking, what do I need to know today? Where can I direct my trust? Then wait. Listen. Sometimes you'll sense a clear direction, a name, an image, a phrase. Other times you might simply feel peaceful, which is itself an answer. Some individuals find that journaling unlocks intuitive insight. Free write for 10 minutes without censoring yourself. As you pour your thoughts onto the page, patterns or revelations may emerge, like seeing glimpses of your deeper desires or hidden worries that need addressing. Honoring these discoveries paves the way for greater clarity, letting you walk hand in hand with divine guidance in everyday life. Signs and synchronicities are also potent forms of universal communication. Have you ever noticed repeating number sequences or recurring symbols? Or maybe a certain song plays whenever you need encouragement. These aren't mere coincidences. They can serve as guides, reminding you to remain open and receptive. The more you acknowledge them, the more they seem to appear, forming a cosmic dialogue with your higher self. Intuition often speaks in gentle, subtle ways, not in booming proclamations. That's why it's so easy to brush aside or doubt. But pay attention to how certain choices make you feel in your body. Maybe a tightness in your chest signals hesitation, while a sense of lightness or excitement signals alignment. Trusting these bodily cues can be a powerful act of self-respect. When you do receive guidance, maybe a sense to reach out to a friend, apply for a particular job, or explore a creative idea, act on it. Each time you follow these nudges, You strengthen the channel between you and universal wisdom. Even if the action doesn't pan out exactly as you'd expected, you might find that it leads to a lesson or connection you needed. This is the flow of divine timing at work, seamlessly blending with your free will. Remember, your inner guidance is always available, patiently waiting for your invitation to speak. By intentionally carving out space to listen, you nurture a direct line to the cosmic intelligence that orchestrates life's beautiful tapestry. Next, we'll explore gratitude, a key that opens our hearts to recognize and celebrate the many ways the universe supports us. Gratitude is the golden bridge that connects you to the abundant currents of the universe. When you pause to recognize and appreciate what you already have, no matter how small, you shift your focus from lack to plenty. In that very shift, you elevate your vibration, making it easier to perceive how life is consistently guiding and supporting you. One beautiful approach to gratitude is to start or end your day with a simple list. Take 5 minutes to jot down at least 3 things you're grateful for. These don't have to be monumental. They can be as simple as the warmth of your morning beverage or the smile from a stranger. Over time, this ritual primes your mind to look for goodness throughout the day. And when you look for goodness, you often find more of it. How does gratitude tie into trusting the universe and divine timing? Think about it. When you're grateful, you send out a signal that says, "I recognize life's blessings and welcome even more." This attitude fosters a sense of calm anticipation. You're no longer desperate for things to materialize immediately because you're already content with what is. Ironically, that very sense of peace can accelerate the arrival of what you desire, as you're no longer resisting or obsessing over outcomes. Gratitude also softens the edges of difficult moments. If you're navigating a challenge, like a financial strain or a relationship upheaval, seek the hidden blessings within that struggle. Maybe it's teaching you resilience, helping you forge stronger boundaries, or guiding you toward a path you wouldn't have seen otherwise. By finding even a tiny glimmer of appreciation within hardship, you transform what could be a stumbling block into a stepping stone for growth. Some people incorporate gratitude journaling into their affirmation practice, writing statements like, "I am thankful for the divine guidance that leads me," or "I am grateful that each delay is a hidden blessing." These statements work on both mental and energetic levels, reminding you that unseen forces may be doing their best work behind the scenes. If you ever struggle to find something to be grateful for, start with the basics: your breath, the roof over your head, the ability to learn and change. This humble acknowledgement can crack open the door to deeper appreciation for life's everyday marvels. Over time, gratitude becomes more than a habit. It becomes a way of seeing the world, one that reveals beauty and grace in situations you once found distressing. As we draw near the close of our journey, remember that gratitude is not just a fleeting emotion, but a continuous choice that enriches every aspect of existence. It nurtures a spirit of receiving, making space for more blessings, and further reinforcing your trust in the universe's benevolent flow. And so, we arrive at the conclusion, where we'll gently gather all these insights into one uplifting message of hope and encouragement for the road ahead. As we come to the end of our shared journey, take a moment to notice any shifts in how you feel. Perhaps you sense a spark of renewed hope or a gentle wave of relief. You've explored trusting the universe, understanding divine timing, letting go of control, and reinforcing these truths with affirmations and self-love. You've peeked into the realm of intuition, uncovered ways to navigate doubt, and embraced gratitude as the gateway to abundance. Each element works in harmony, forming a vibrant tapestry of holistic well-being. Trusting in the grand design of life doesn't mean problems vanish overnight, or that we never face disappointments. Rather, it reminds us there is a larger current carrying us toward experiences and lessons that shape our growth. Divine timing may sometimes feel inconvenient, but when you look back, you often see the intricate synchronicities that brought you to exactly where you needed to be. Perhaps not where you planned, but somewhere infinitely more aligned with your soul's calling. You are invited to carry these teachings forward, weaving them into your daily routine. Start small. Recite a chosen affirmation each morning, or pause for a brief moment of gratitude before bed. Or take a more deliberate plunge into practices like mirror work or journaling. Whenever fear or doubt arises, recall that it's a natural part of being human, and yet, it does not define your potential or your destiny. You have the power to observe these feelings, learn from them, and gently release them. Always remember that you are loved, worthy, and capable of profound transformation. You're not required to figure out every detail. You only need to keep your heart open and your mind receptive. In this openness, the universe finds the perfect opening to deliver miracles, big and small. By recognizing and celebrating each miracle, each subtle sign or serendipitous encounter, you strengthen the dialogue between your spirit and the cosmic forces that guide it. As we close, let's rest in a final affirmation. I trust in the unfolding of my life, and I welcome divine timing with an open heart. Feel free to whisper these words aloud or in your mind. Allow their energy to wash over you, carrying away any lingering tension. Let them serve as a loving reminder that you are co-creating your experiences, supported by a power that knows exactly what you need and when you need it. With this final gentle message, may you walk away encouraged, your spirit alight with possibility. Thank you for granting yourself the time and space to explore the boundless realm of trust, self-love, and divine flow. May your path be filled with evidence of the universe's kindness, and may you forever know that in every breath you are cherished and guided. Your journey continues, ever unfolding, ever teaching, ever blessing.